Hi there, I'm Barbara Stafford, author of Eclectic Entertaining, 15 complete dinner party menus for busy people who like to cook. I find that a lot of people don't have the time to put together an entire dinner party's menu and then the grocery list and then bring everything home, do the shopping. So by providing that in my cookbook, I have given you a lot of time back in your life. So tonight I would like to show you how to make a really cool baked Super Bowl sandwich. We're going to have a lot of fun, and I'm going to make something that your guests will polish off so you won't have leftovers unless you hide some. So let's assemble the ingredients first. I want to make sure I have everything and that we're organized. We need 2 loaves of frozen bread dough, defrosted. In case you've never bought frozen bread dough before, I want to show you what it looks like. Just like this. This is 1 loaf, and I've already taken out the 2 that I need, but when you pull it out, it looks like this, and then once you follow the instructions and let it rise like it's supposed to, it's going to look like this. So this is going to be fun to work with. The next thing we need is 8 ounces of sandwich meat. I've chosen roast beef because I like roast beef. You can use salami, pastrami, ham, turkey, anything you want. So we need 8 ounces of sandwich meat. We also need 8 ounces of cheddar cheese. If you want to grate your own, feel free, but I like to buy it in the bag, saves time. We need some sun-dried tomatoes in olive oil. These are great. And cilantro. I love cilantro. You find this in a lot of Mexican food. Now, I know people who absolutely hate cilantro. They think it tastes like soap. So if those people are coming to your party, leave it out. Put it on the side. Keep your friends. And next thing we're going to have is an onion. We're going to need an onion sliced up, and we're also going to need a jalapeno pepper. I've also got Kalamata olives, which I really like. They have a nice salty, interesting flavor. Bacon bits, and some Italian seasoning. This has basil, it has, oh gosh, what all is in this? Oregano, garlic, rosemary, lots of great flavors. So if you don't have that, just improvise with what you do have. And then we also need some milk just to brush the dough at the top, at the end. And if you don't have milk, use an egg white. So there you are, 11 ingredients, super simple. Let's get started. Okay, first thing we're going to do is cut up the onion and the jalapeno so that while I'm preparing the other things, these are cooking away, and then they'll be ready for us when we need them. So just cut the onion in nice big slices, super easy. Careful not to cut your fingers. And I have a trick for you when it gets, now for cutting the jalapeno, I don't know about you, but I wear contacts and I don't want the jalapeno juice in my eyes. So I always use a fork and then my knife to cut it. That works really, really well. And if you've ever done this, touching it with your bare hands, you'll probably only do it once. Trust me. Okay, we're just about there. Now next I'm going to put it in my saute pan. And we're going to use some coconut oil because you can use coconut oil at a pretty high heat, higher than olive oil. Okay, now when you scoot your jalapenos and onions in, use the back side of your knife, not the cutting side, or else you'll dull your knife. I'm going to go ahead and put these in my saute pan, and I'm going to add some coconut oil because you can use coconut oil at a higher heat than olive oil and a lot of other oils. You don't need very much, just a nice little knifeful. And we're going to saute that until they both become a little limp and flavorful. Let's use some pepper too. By the way, this is my favorite pepper grinder. I've got 4 peppercorns in here, and it's electric, and it even has a light flashlight on it. Okay, there we go. Now, before we get going with the bread, I'm going to prepare my baking sheet, and I'm going to use parchment paper to cover it so I don't have much cleanup at the end. So we just get that going. Cover the baking sheet, and I'm going to set that aside for now. The next step is grabbing this loaf of bread that is really soft and squishy and fun. We're going to beat it down and roll it out, and we want to try to resemble a rectangle as best we can with a rolling pin. It takes a little bit of time, but eventually we'll get there. So, what do you think? How does this look? Got a nice, almost rectangular shaped piece of dough. So we're gonna start piling it up and making our sandwich. Super, super easy. Okay, so here goes the roast beef. Just take the roast beef and cover the entire layer here, pretty as flat as you can. Make it even. Okay. All right, that's pretty good. So next I'll get the cheese and we'll sprinkle that nice and evenly. There we go. Just spread it out. It's not a work of art. It's very forgiving. Okay, next thing is going to be the tomatoes, sun-dried tomatoes in olive oil. I love these guys. Okay, so now the rest of the ingredients we're going to just put right down the center. You notice that we put the cheese and the meat all over. Now we're going to just spread everything else down the middle, and you'll see how that works out. Okay, then we're going to grab some cilantro. Probably a good idea to take those stems off. The leaves are the best part. I might have overdone it a little bit, but that's okay. I like cilantro. Okay, and this isn't chemistry like baking is, so we can get away with it. Okay, now we need to have our sauteed onions and jalapenos. Oh, these are going to be so good. Yum. So the jalapenos will give this a little bit of heat, lots of flavor. And you could feel free to vary this recipe, add other peppers, hot peppers, cold peppers. Poblanos are wonderful, I love those. There are no rules, just change it up every time you make it and you'll feel like you have 10 different recipes. All right, next we need to add some olives. Nice Greek olives. Let's get those going here. There, yum. You can measure if you want, but I'm obviously not. It's approximate and it's good enough. Okay? And then bacon. Who doesn't like bacon? And then, last but not least, we've got the Italian seasoning. So let's just sprinkle that all over the place. That is just so good. Okay, we're going to start at one end and just start rolling it up. Get to this big old lump in the middle, you gotta be a little bit careful so you don't push it out the sides. Okay, and then I'm going to grab this other end and pull it over. There we go. There, we can just tuck that little puppy in there and nobody will know. You don't want any of these good flavors falling out. Okay. It is ready to go in the oven. I'm grabbing my sheet with the parchment paper, and notice that the side that has the seam on it doesn't look that great. So we're going to hide it. And we're going to put that seam side down. And the last thing you want to do before putting it in the oven is you want to brush it with milk. And like I said before, if you don't have any milk in the fridge, use an egg white. But then you just have to figure out what to do with the yolk later, which is not that big of a problem, but it's just easier if you have milk. Okay, we are going to bake this at 375 for 25 minutes, and then after that, enjoy. So, in the oven we go. All right, time to take the sandwich out of the oven. Oh, that looks so good. Yum. All right, now, part of the whole business here is presentation. So you've got to have a really fun platter to put it on. And I think this is going to be a two-hand job. There we go. Let me lift that up and just place it nicely on my football tray. And I want to show you what it looks like inside, because it is so delicious. And you can just slice it on the tray and have it all ready for your guests. All right, take a look at that, all those delicious layers. All right, this is it. I love these flavors. It is just such a great combination. The crunchy, fresh bread on the outside. So you have got to try this. Your guests will be wowed. And look how easy it is. I showed you. Try it out. So thank you for watching and enjoy the Super Bowl.